Yep, you read the title right. I lost a copywriting client today, guys. So I want to share with you the story about this client and how I lost her and how things basically got to this point. And talk to you guys about nightmare clients and what it's like. And, hopefully you guys can take away something from this video and learn something because I know I learned a lot from this situation. And so, yeah, I just want to tell you guys the whole story. So, believe it or not, this is actually, I see this as a complete win, okay? Losing this client, and I'll tell you why. This client was a straight up nightmare client, okay? Straight up. And I'm about to go into all the details about it, but one thing I just want to say before that is, guys, I learned from this situation that working with nightmare clients is not worth the peace of mind that you lose when you do it, bro. No amount of money can pay for peace of mind. So save yourself time and only work with good clients. I was a little desperate. I'll just get into the story. So it started off, I had landed my first client. This is actually the second client I landed, and I did a cold outreach, and her friend knew this nightmare client, and I did a cold outreach to her friend. She said she wasn't interested, and then she referred me to this nightmare client. I'm not gonna say her name, but yeah, so that's how I got this client, and she needed an email marketer. She needed a copywriter, and so I hopped on a call with her, and after analyzing her funnel, and we came to a conclusion and an agreement that a sales page funnel with email copywriting going on in the background would be the best way to scale her business. So when I started working with her, she was at 10K a month, and her goal was to scale to 20K a month. So she wanted to double her monthly revenue. And so I just want to lay out that there were huge red flags initially when I started working with her. Okay, now what do I mean by that? Well, so first of all, one of the first things she told me was that she had worked with an email marketing company in the past and that it went terribly. And I heard that, but for some reason I just brushed away that red flag. It's like when you're talking to a chick and this chick had her ex had a bad experience with her ex, like her ex abused her or any of that stuff. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but when you deal with a chick and she's just got a lot of baggage from the last one, that's the shit that I was dealing with here. So she had this bad run-in with this email marketing company. Whatever, I brush it off. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this and I'll make some money and get a testimonial out of it. That was my goal, by the way. She was paying me $500 a month for this, and so I was just gonna do it, set it up, hopefully get a testimonial, and go about my day. So the first thing I did with her was set up a squeeze page. I set up an email opt-in page. Actually, the first thing we did was I told her to switch to ClickFunnels. She was doing shit through StanStore, and StanStore sucks. So I told her to get set up on ClickFunnels, and she agreed. And then I made her an email opt-in page on ClickFunnels, right? It was a very simple one. And it had great copy. It was just a very simple squeeze page to collect people's emails. You guys know what a squeeze page is, hopefully. And I made it, and I sent it to her. And she hated it. She rearranged the entire title. She basically rewrote my copy. And I'm the copywriter. I wrote her copy, and she basically said she didn't like it. She rearranged everything. And she said what matters most is the aesthetics of the page. She said the copy basically doesn't matter. And the thing she cared about the most was the images and stuff on the page, which is, first of all, I don't know why women do this all the time. This is a common thing I see with women. They think aesthetics over copy, which is so backwards, but I could make a separate video about that. Anyway, that was kind of the vibe I got after making that email opt-in page. And I was like, oh shit, ooh, this is kind of rough. So I probably should have, done something there, but, my dumb ass didn't. And so I let her do her thing. I was like, hey, it's just an email opt-in page. We're just collecting people's emails. So, I kind of let her do her thing. And she said she didn't want to do ClickFunnels at all. She doesn't like ClickFunnels because it's not cute enough. That's what she told me. And that she wanted to move over to Flowdesk. And so I told her, hey, that's fine. I'll write you the copy that you can put in your sales page, but I'm not going to build it for you anymore because I don't know how to use Flowdesk and you're kind of changing things up on me, and this really isn't how I do business. So we switch over to Flowdesk, whatever. And then the main project I'm working on, there's actually two, but one of them we didn't even get to because I stopped working with her today. The main project we were working on was the sales page, right? I told you it was a sales page funnel. And so I start writing the sales page. Like I started probably 2 weeks ago. And I really, when I'm working with clients, I really want to make sure I'm doing my best work. So I start it very early and I work at it every single day. And I like to do it over a long period of time and then also get it reviewed a bunch and then edit it myself personally a ton. So it's like a week of really writing the sales page or a couple days of writing the sales page and then a ton of time to revise and edit and make sure it's targeted at the right traffic and make sure the headline's good and all that. So I write this sales page, I grind my ass off on it, and I think it's like my best work ever. Like I write the sales page, I'm like, dude, this is gonna freaking print. And better than that, I got it reviewed by my mentor. You guys know KJ. I got it reviewed by him. We reviewed it on our group call. So I got it reviewed by a 20K, 30K a month copywriter and a bunch of other copywriters kind of my size. And we all went through it, obliterated it, and made it as bulletproof as possible. Like this sales page, if she, I don't know, we'll get to what happened with it, but this sales page would print. If you posted this sales page, it would freaking print, okay? And so I sent it to her last night. I sent it to her, and I was like, hey, this is one of my best works ever. I'm so proud of it. Let me know what you think, okay? By the way, side note, another little red flag. Whenever you're working with clients, a big W, a big thing you can do is start a little wins highlight page on your Instagram, which is what I did. Go check my Instagram out, by the way, shameless plug in the description. I'll link it. Follow me and DM me. On the Instagram page, you can make a highlights tab and make a wins section. And then anytime you're working with a client, right? I don't know if you're working through Slack or WhatsApp or Discord or what, right? Maybe you're just texting, but anytime they say something positive, you can screenshot it and use it as a win. So let's say I send, my client an email. I've done that for my first client, Marine, right? And she loves my work. So she's like, Jason, this is amazing, right? I always screenshot it and put it in my win section for, future social proof. A big red flag with this nightmare client is that I would send her stuff and she never complimented me once. She I don't know, she didn't like me or she just hated my work or she's not familiar with copywriting or what, or maybe it's just the type of person she is. But she never would compliment my work. I got nothing posted in the wins chat from this client, which was so annoying because I was at the bare minimum, I can get testimonial and get some wins, but didn't even get that. So back to the story. So I send her the sales page and she replies to me this morning with a voice note. And she says, thank you for sending over the sales page, but I would like to talk to you about it. Can you hop on a call today? I knew that was trouble. So I'm yeah, I'm free at 10 a.m. I hop on this call with her, okay, and she just obliterates my shit. She had written comments all on the side of this page about everything I did wrong, why she hated it, all this. And by the way, this isn't things I did wrong as a copywriter. This is just her personal opinion about I don't know. The point is she's not speaking from a logical copywriting perspective. She has no experience with that. She just thinks she knows everything, I guess. And she's the headline just doesn't seem catchy. And I reviewed this headline with my mentor and with a bunch of other people, and people said they loved it. Anyway, she basically obliterates the whole thing, and she's that's when I kind of had enough. All this stuff leading up to this point, I kind of had enough. And I told her hey, I understand you kind of want to go a different direction with this, but if you would just post it, or at least, you can write your own sales page and split test it with mine and see how it does. I tried to pitch that first. And she was just no, I want you to rewrite the whole thing pretty much and change. She basically, the moral of the story is I write copy for her, and she changes everything up and just calls a complete audible on anything I want to do and goes her own direction with it. She doesn't let me cook. And so I was hey, I'm not going to go rewrite this. I will tweak a couple things here and there because there were some things she pointed out that I was okay. I'm a humble person. I don't think I'm the greatest copywriter ever. So when she points some things out, it kind of opens my eyes. And I'm like, okay, I could maybe tweak that to make it a little tighter. But she thought the whole thing sucked, so she wanted me to rewrite the whole thing. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. We got off the call. It was kind of awkward, and then I just kind of came to a conclusion that it's in my best interest to just drop her and give her the full refund, $500, and be done with it. Like, holy shit, that was a shitty ass experience. Yeah, so that's what I did. I texted her that. It all happened really fast. I texted her, hey, I appreciate everything you done. I took the high road, even though I could have been mean, but I was like, hey, hey, I appreciate everything you did, but at this time, I really got to focus on clients who need my help more, and blah, 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 blah. I just don't think we're a good fit to work together. Send me over a Stripe, and I'll refund you the full $500. She agreed. She sent over the Stripe, and I'm done with that. And so what I want to put a bow tie on it with is why this is actually a huge win, okay? First of all, I feel like I just got so much off my plate. Like, I was grinding on the sales page. I was grinding for this client, and for nothing. Like, the thing is I literally got nothing out of it. So I didn't get any of those wins screenshotted because she didn't compliment any of my work. I didn't get a testimonial. I didn't get money. Like, this was all for nothing. And so what I'm trying to say too is, if there's a way that I could help you prevent this from happening to you, it's like always, right? Like the girl example I used, if you guys have girlfriends or whatever, right? Like, take into account the red flags. Don't ignore the red flags. The red flags matter, you guys. And I learned that the hard way. It was a good lesson learned. So, there's profit in all labor. That's a Bible proverb somewhere that I like to think back on. It really wasn't all for nothing. I learned a great lesson, and I got great experience, and I wrote a killer sales page, and I'll go to the grave saying I did that because I know I did. And yeah, it was just a wild story, and it was it's my first time losing a client, so I thought I should share it with you guys. And then yeah, just an update on where I am with copywriting. So that brings me down to, well, actually no, I'm a coach for my mentors program, so I'm getting paid another $500 for that. So that kind of offset this loss, if you will. So I'm still at $3,000 a month with copywriting. But I have big things scheduled for the future, planning some big things, partnering up with some cool people, which is going to be sick. So yeah. Also, if you guys haven't already, follow me on Instagram and follow me on X. They're in my YouTube bio, and they'll be in the description below. I post tons of copywriting content on X. That's a great place to follow me. And if you have any questions and you want one-on-one direct access to me, just DM me on Instagram and follow me. I respond to everybody who does that. So yeah. And also free Discord will be in the description. I know you guys have been waiting for that. I actually am partnering up with Marcos on socials. You guys have probably seen him on YouTube. He's growing in the copywriting space. I say growing. He has a bigger following than me. So yeah, he's freaking killing it. And I want you guys to go join his free Discord. I'll be in there. I pop in. I was on a group call last week where I answered a bunch of copywriting Q&A questions for you guys. So yeah, go do those 3 things. And yeah, thank you for watching this video.